I got this little Halloween story that I wanted to share with a few people. If you heard it before, then it's all good. And if you never heard it before, you have an opportunity to hear it now. I'm young. I'm super young. I'm like about 7 or probably like about a year older, if that. I just remember me being super young, bro, little, like still going to school. PS1, like I was in school, but I was in them schools where you go from like kindergarten and the 6th grade you graduate. Cause back then you graduated like from those elementary schools, like in the 6th grade, right? So it's Halloween, but it's like 4 or 3 in the morning, and I can't like sleep because Halloween was always like spooky to us. Like like you seen like they were showing so much graphic things on the television that I don't really think there's any storytelling time or stories out there that could really depict how we felt in the streets of New York. New York City was up in a frenzy. It was something out of a horror movie. The cars were parked up on the avenues. The buildings were burnt. I come from Brooklyn, New York, a place called Sunset Park, Brooklyn, 44th Street, 4th Avenue, 5th Avenue, 6th Avenue, all those buildings. And 3rd Avenue was the place where your parents always told you, I don't want you down there. I better not see you going down the block. You stay where I can see you from the window. But guess what we wanted to do? We wanted to see why our parents was telling us not to go down to 3rd Avenue. So I recall this Halloween like no other. I can't sleep. Around 5 o'clock or so, you hear a bang. Boom. But my father used to leave early to work. My father was a hard-working man like me. He was nothing like me. I wish I would have turned out like him, but I didn't. I went the opposite. But anyway, we hear bangs. My father left. Check this out. We don't know the story of my father yet. He tells us. Did he tell us after? Either way, I'm kind of confused on that part. Like, did he tell my mom's after or before? My pops is dead now. Rest in peace. I think he did tell her like before. Anyway, he says, "Be careful, cause I seen a man in front of the house with a costume or something like that." Or he told her after. Either way it went, there was somebody there in front of the house when my father left to work with a mask, and it was a tall man with a trench coat. But in those years, everybody wore a trench coat. The trenches were in style, even till I got into my teens. If you wanted to look cool, mean, you wore a trench. Like whether it was now after that, the goose came out, the trench goose. Then we got a little hype. So I hear, boom, 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 Now, I said I heard something in the basement, man. But in the basement, my big wheel's down there. I had the big wheel with the brakes. Anyway, the Incredible Hulk big wheel that I love. Anyway, my basement was so spooky to me that I would go to the back of my hallway even as the years passed, and I'll be scared. I used to take girls back there and finger drill. You feel me? And as a youngin' and be scared, like we gotta hurry up. But it was that I felt like something's coming out to grab me from down there. And here's why. In my teens, I still felt like that. And why I still think about this, even when I was recording, making content in the basement here, I think about this story that I'm about to get into. I hear the noise, boom, boom, ah. So I'm like, Ma, what's that? And she's like, it's Halloween. Like, it's people making noise. But I'm thinking as a kid, like, damn, this young, they popping off. But New York is always known for being crazy and psychotic. So we like, do start early. We blow fireworks a few days before, sometimes months. It's a week before, and people dudes on the street with masks already. It's an excuse to mask up. Everybody wanted to wear a mask. It's so funny and ironic how now to save your own life, we don't want to wear a mask. But that's another for another video. So that noise that we was hearing on this Halloween night was my landlord getting stabbed to death from our building on 44th Street and 4th Avenue. He owned the laundromat. And while he came to open the laundromat and he was in there for a few minutes, a big, tall Halloween murderer came with another intent besides to wash clothes. There was a back way that you could go to the laundromat. The door opens, and now you're in my building. So if I wanted to break into that laundromat, which eventually, as we got older, living there, we did. While living in the building, we broke into my landlord's laundromat, broke the machines, took mad change. Mind you, did it periodically. And my mother, like, somebody keeps breaking in there. Well, I don't know. That dude got murdered. Anything could have happened. While my brother's working in the laundromat, we still breaking into the laundromat while this dude's getting ready to go to work. Anyway, these are facts. So I was always the bad one in the family. I'm not just the black sheep. I'm like the super black sheep, like the beyond black sheep. But it's ironic how I wind up actually uh, uh I don't want to diss nobody, but actually doing more than most. With that being said, let's get to the story. He gets stabbed up. Boom, 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 boom. Police come. The guy gets away. You hear him. You heard like this. This is how it sounded. Mm, 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 mm. But my landlord was on some karate type thing. I guess this dude was ill because you could tell that my landlord died fighting back because he was stabbing him under his armpits. And most of the stabs were in his armpit, if I'm not mistaken, and then slit his throat, if I'm not mistaken. And I think he bled to death, or he hit him in a vein under your arm. I don't know if there's like a special vein there that drips you, and you just leak mad blood. But I think wherever he hit him, it was like a pop. You're out of here. Ugh. And then you heard like the last fight, like a but loud, bro. So he was trying to like let people know something's going on down here. Plus, it's super early in the morning. You hear anything? I'm in a building, and the vibration penetrates. So I never forgot those stomps, and I picked them up real quick when I went to Rikers Island. I already knew those stomps. As the years went by, not only on the island, but I'll be in any building, and I could tell like somebody stumping next door because you hear the boom, 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 the sneakers, boom, 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 boom. You feel me? I don't know if you ever been in those situations where it just pops or you ever popped. As humble as I can be, I always pop. I never really let nobody swing at me first. I'm hooking off. So just a heads up. If you ever get into me, just try to stay distance because I don't even let the person finish talking. Facts. I sucker snuff you. Pop, but I'm dropping you. Yeah, you could call it sucker snuff, whatever. But while you talking, I'm splitting your whole melon. And I guess I got that from the people in my neighborhood. Shout out to 44th Street. Shout out to JB, everybody. I ain't got nothing to do with what he did to you. If he beat you up, JB was a bully in my neighborhood, but everybody was afraid of him. He's smaller than me. He was JB, I was Obi, and Abner from 60 Days In, he's AB. And we turned out to be kind of sort of the baddest ones. Rest in peace to Aloe and Nemo from 4-6. So with that being said, Sunset Park, 44th Street, my landlord gets killed. It gets full of police. It's cool. This is how ghetto my mom's was without realizing that she was ghetto. She won the trophy. Somebody just died, got killed. Halloween. If I'm not mistaken, school was open. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like I went to school that day. Yeah. Yeah. School is open now, right? I went to school. They did like Halloween parties and all that. But there was mad yellow tape around my house. And it hit the newspaper. Up to this day, the murderer of my landlord has never been caught. So if you watch this, my guy, and you're old now and wrinkled up, don't come for me because I'm very well protected. Not only that, people might be like, yo, he's super old. No, no, no. Sammy the Bull is old and he's still killing people. Facts. If you don't think Sammy the Bull will body you right now, something is mentally wrong with you. I got super older. And if you don't think I have the ability to do exactly what all these dudes have done, then something is definitely mentally wrong with you. If you think that because someone makes videos or they a YouTuber or a content creator, that they will no longer uh, 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 put you in the finger four leg lock till you tap out. No, 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 no. That's other people. But anyway, my landlord died on Halloween, and that traumatized me for so many years. And as I thought about it today, I couldn't stop to think of the mere fact that this is probably why I'm the way I am. And every time I went to do crime on Halloween, I always thought about, yo, don't hurt him. Don't stab him. And I always explained this to whoever my crime partner was. And I'm just telling this story in hopes that it'll probably help somebody out. But this is my word. I had a friend of mine named Aloe, Alberto Oliveras. He was like a brother to me. May he rest in peace. And I'll be lying to you if I said there wasn't a day that when we was running the streets, somebody didn't get robbed. I want to say this with all respects to everybody. That's his family, Aloe's family, if they ever see this. If Aloe was alive right now, I promise you that if I would have taught him everything that I've learned and acquired on social media and with content creation, he probably would have had 100 million subscribers. This was one of the funniest dudes that you could probably ever meet in your life. But yet, at times, super dangerous when he needed to be. So for those that have stories of Aloe, like, oh, he was a punk or he was, yeah, we all know how to play punk when we have to. But I seen him do some real dangerous stuff. Whether he caught hard because he was with other people or whatever, you know the hood, it don't matter. He did it while he was with me. I put him through the test mad times, passed him the blicky, on